Hey guys, part two of my Against All Odds review. Um, this next segment is a perfect example of TNA taking a potentially good rivalry at the beginning and fucking it up right out of the gate. Matt Morgan comes out to the ring and calls out Hernandez because Hernandez attacked him and cost him the title shot. And he asks Hernandez why he cost him the title shot. And as we all know, Matt Morgan put Hernandez on the shelf a couple months ago, or a year ago, or whatever it was. But they changed it, and they had Hernandez say that, the reason he left TNA is because he wanted to go to Mexico, back home where he's actually appreciated, and not in the U.S. where the great white leader, blah, blah, blah crap was. It was just ridiculous. They're throwing race into this to start it off, and, there is a degree of racism still in WWE in wrestling. Start this rivalry out the right way. Have Hernandez attack Morgan because he put him out of wrestling for a while. Don't throw in race to begin it. You can throw in race later on in the rivalry. But, this was just ridiculous. They screwed this up so much. I don't know how they're gonna fix this, if they're going to. I don't think they are. But it was just dumb. Anyway, next was Matt Hardy versus RVD, 20-minute time limit match. Matt had pretty good control for the majority of the match. It was a pretty good match. But RVD does come back and it wins the match. I hope this is over. I don't want to see Matt Hardy versus RVD in a pay-per-view again. I don't know. It was just kind of dumb to me. I mean, they're both good wrestlers, but I don't see them well together. Well, I shouldn't say they're not. They don't wrestle good together, because they do, but it's just not what I would want to see. Anyway, next match was Bully Ray versus Devon. And his kids do get involved, and they get beat up. One of his sons hits Bully Ray with a trash can, which was good. But the end of the match, Bully Ray puts one of Devon's sons through a table and pins the other one. So I guess it was still technically Devon and his sons versus Bully Ray. So I don't know. But my thing is, I know they may not be wrestlers, but after the match, they had all these medical staff and whatever come out to put the son that, I forgot which one, that was put through a table on a backboard, and put a C-collar on him, and he was just put through a table. It's not that bad, I mean, obviously being put through a table hurts, but it's not gonna be that bad. There's no reason to stop the show for like 5-10 minutes for that. I don't know. You know, this is a classic example of uh, TNA not having long enough matches for certain superstars and then having a gap in the show that they have to fill up. I don't know. Um, and I love how in wrestling, medical staff doesn't always doesn't come out until like, you know, uh, 5-10 minutes after the match. It's just ridiculous. If somebody's really hurt, you really want to get out there right then. I don't know. Anyway, next match was a match I didn't really want to see, didn't really look forward to because it's ridiculous. You know, this is professional wrestling. This isn't uh, uh this isn't a reality show. This isn't a child custody show. You know, but it was Jeff Jarrett versus Kurt Angle. Jeff Jarrett ends up winning, and now Kurt Angle loses custody of his kids and has to walk Karen down the aisle when Karen Jarrett and formerly Karen Angle and Jeff Jarrett renew their vows. Really, TNA? Really? I know WWE has done things with the McMahon family where, you know, The Undertaker terrorized their family. But they did that well. There was a point to it. This is just stupid and ridiculous bullshit. What the hell? I don't want to see this. I don't want to see Kurt Angle versus Jeff Jarrett for custody of kids. I don't want to see that. Hell, I don't want to see Jeff Jarrett as much as I do. I mean, I respect Jeff Jarrett because he's made a pretty good company, but I don't need to see him all the time. Anyway. And anyway, after the match, Kurt leaves his boots in the ring, so I don't know if this means that he's retired or that he's, you know, hanging up his boots or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, next, and I have to say, I love this. I loved Mr. Anderson's pre-match interview. It was really funny. He mentioned a certain governor, and he mentioned Justin Bieber. So when you can mention those two things in a pre-match interview, you know that's a good interview. Anyway, the next match was the main event. It was the ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship, Jeff Hardy versus Mr. Anderson. At one point in the match, Jeff sets up a ladder upside down, and I'm like, what the hell are you going to do with an upside down ladder? And they kind of leave it for a while. And at another point, this is my little pet peeve right here. Mr. Anderson is kicking Jeff Hardy in the knee in the corner. And if you slow it down, it doesn't even look like it's making any contact at all. I mean, and I noticed that full speed, so that's a bad mistake there. Finally, Hardy tries to front suplex Anderson into the upside down ladder, but Anderson reverses and Hardy gets and does it to Hardy. Either way, it kind of failed. You know, he just got his leg into it and really didn't do any damage. Whatever. Hardy gets a chance to get the belt, but for some reason he asks the ref to send in his custom ladder that he painted, and tries He tries to slam Anderson on it. Anderson reverses and tries to do a swanton onto Jeff Hardy and misses. Um, they both get to the top of the ladder. They have two ladders set up next to each other. They trying to get the belt. I think it was Hardy that he grabs the belt and swings it, so neither of them can really get it. You could tell there was a mistake where I guess Jeff Hardy was supposed to get the title, but they both fell. And right after that, Hardy quickly gets up to the top and gets the title, which that was just a big mistake there. First off, that they made that mistake, and that I kind of wanted to see Anderson's title reign go longer. I guess they decided to give Hardy his title back, even with his court dates and everything. I don't know. I just don't want to see Hardy with the title at this point. Especially as a heel, I don't want to see him with the title. I liked Anderson with the title. It was pretty entertaining. But I mean, we'll have to see in the next coming weeks for the next pay-per-view what they do. I don't know. I'm not so sure how excited I am about the show that I'm going to. But we'll see. Anyway, that's my review. Rate, comment, everything. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. Alright, thanks guys.